All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
I had this whole thing in my head where, like, if you're on a talk show, you have a coffee cup, and nobody knows what the hell you're drinking. So, honestly, I swear to God, it's just water.
Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert.
I like your way. I gotta. What the hell is this? Like a faux vintage hi-fi?
Yeah.
What is this? And what's with the blue phone that matches the cords over there?
Hello? Do you want to know about my desk?
Yes.
Do you really want to know? I put these in myself. I felted this myself, actually.
You know, I think it's really great.
At the wood shop.
I love it.
Doesn't look great. And the phone was white, and I painted it blue.
It's a really bad color blue.
I know, but it's a black and white show, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is Robert. I met Robert 125 years ago.
1992.
92.
August 1992.
And now what do you do for a living, Robert?
I'm an archivist.
You archive?
I'm like essentially a librarian, which doesn't like really. Can I say the actual name of the company? Yeah. KQED. Your local public television station.
So you.
He's one of the good people.
So you archive old films, that kind of thing?
Well, KQED has been the San Francisco television station since the late 50s. So, think of all the shit that went down in this town. Gay rights, civil rights, Patty Hearst, Black Panthers. I guess I'm not that gloom and doom. I've lived in California for many years where I've seen the ups and downs of drought and rain.
You just
and
took it all, didn't you, Robert?
Bursts and deflates and such. Yeah.
That was almost jazz hands. We almost had jazz hands.
I took a couple of Vicodin just to make me sparkle.
You used to sparkle a lot. I used to
sparkle a lot. Connor and I met in 1992 in San Francisco, the height of the rave days. Yeah, douche, 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 douche. Yeah, like we totally, yeah.
Robert!
And we had some, and in 1992, there was a club called Carefree, and literally it was that.
Carefree.
Where to this day, the first time I went to Carefree, I ran into this friend. Of course, we were high as bats. But, we ran into each other and we're like, oh my God, I love you. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. 23 years later, maybe we're not best friends, but we're still in contact.
Yes, yes. See?
No, not you.
No, not me.
No, I love you with all my heart. Totally. Your family. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what the clubs did, though.
Oh, totally.
They made you fall in love with people.
Well, yeah, and the drugs.
Yeah, it was the drugs, really. It was awesome. Though, but in the drugs' defense, we're still friends. I mean, you know what I mean?
Okay. Wasn't anything major.
No, exactly.
No, right.
Yeah.
Ecstasy and pot.
Ecstasy is like the greatest meet the people drug ever.
It's great.
You will meet some people. My thing.
The kids call it Molly.
Molly now. Yeah. My thing is I would go meet people and bring them back to our little dance group. We'd all be dancing in a circle.
And remember, we do tornado people.
Right.
Which just meant we acted like assholes.
Yeah, anyway.
On the stage and twirled around.
Right. And then I would bring people over and introduce them and then run off and find someone else. So now you've got your man, you've got your job, and you just live. Do you guys live in the city, though?
Of course we do.
Of course we do.
I moved from the suburbs of New York. Like, I didn't want to live in the suburbs of a city in California, so I moved to San Francisco and I sprayed my territory and I stayed here.
Right.
Yeah,
and you were living in the suburbs and on the East Coast back in the day?
I actually had a really cool childhood. I grew up in a small beach town.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I grew up in a small beach town in New Jersey, and my grandparents owned a food concession on the boardwalk. Actually, kind of shocking to me when I moved out of that small beach community and lived in a bigger place, and people didn't like wheel and deal on the boardwalk in New Jersey, and I had to pay for shit, and like, I didn't get it.
You weren't used to people wanting money from you?
Yeah, like I had like the the best deal in town. Like, I'll give you a pretzel, give me like, 5 free pops on this Pac-Man.
Right, so you're walking down the boardwalk trading your grandparents' hard-earned food for whatever you wanted.
Totally.
And you were upset when that didn't continue when you moved to the big city.
It was true, yeah.
But that actually brings me to the next thing. You moved, so in 1992, in San Francisco, it was okay to be gay. There were a lot of gay people. You showed up, and you were gay. You were very gay.
You know what? I moved to San Francisco to think like, oh, you know, I'm going to go to San Francisco and be gay.
Right.
And like, I met like people like him. Like, I had more straight friends than like I knew what to do with.
But that was the thing, that's one of the first things I knew about you when I met you. I was like, this guy is just who he is no matter what. And you just fucking sailed through all kinds of stuff. I was like, wow, this guy can do anything. It was awesome.
Thanks.
And you haven't stopped, have you?
No.
No, not at all. I had a lot of friends that had horrible stories about getting thrown out of their house.
I am so lucky. No, I'm so lucky.
Yeah,
I've always count my blessings. No, I'm very lucky. I've always had friends. I came out when I was 16 years old in the height of the AIDS epidemic, and wasn't really cool to be gay at that time period in New Jersey. Yeah. But I did have some cool friends that were a little bit older than me that would take me over, on the PATH train over to New York and show me a different side. I went to a really fucking cool party once, and like Yoko Ono was there.
Oh my God.
Like I know, like everybody like Yoko Ono.
I wish I was gay.
But my God, like it was. Who could say here that they went to a party with Yoko Ono?
Nobody. Just you.
Yeah.
Just you. Well, let me ask you this: what would you do with $100 million, Robert?
I'd go shoe shopping. For sure. For sure. Hideously expensive leather shoes from Italy. I'd hire a tailor because I don't know about you, Connor, but I hate shopping off the rack. Like sometimes, like a 30 length and a 32. I'm sort of in between. Yeah. And then I would buy a couple of buildings in the Castro for LGBT youth.
Oh, yeah?
And I'd work with Cyndi Lauper because she does some fantastic work with LGBT youth. All right. And I'd buy a couple of buildings, and anybody who had some douchebag parents that didn't, like them for who they were, and straight kids, I mean, let's face it, straight people, there's some, 17-year-olds that are straight that like to have a little fun and, might want to learn about their bodies and might get pregnated and, maybe some of their parents in the deep south might not like that and might get thrown out of the house. But no, I'm serious. Yeah, that's what I would do. Right. I'd buy up a bunch of buildings and I'd paint them like a bunch of crazy colors.
So
and
they'd know where to go.
I'd put them all to work. They'd have to work.
No, of course.
Yeah, they would have to clean and they would have to paint. Yeah. And they'd have to do all the the stuff that I don't want to do. But other than that, they can live there rent-free. Right. And that's what I would do.
And not be hassled.
Not be hassled.
Yeah.
No.
Robert?
Thank you. Hey, Connor.
Yes?
I've never been on stage before, so will you get right there so I could take a picture just like I'm a rock star I'm taking pictures of the fan. Yeah, I want you to stand there and I want everybody to like go, hey, oh my God. Kneel down, because, you're fabulous. 1, 2, 3.
Your squad is ready for you to lead them through. With Johnny 7 OMA, you charge. Fire grenade. Bullseye for Johnny 7. Watch out, tank. Fire anti-armor shell. Fire anti-tank rocket. Johnny 7's got him on the run. Johnny 7 fires bullets like a rifle. Fires like a Tommy gun. Now it's a cap-firing pistol. You've won with Johnny 7, the one-man army gun. It's 7 guns in one. Let's count them. 1 is a grenade launcher. 2 anti-armor gun. 3 anti-tank gun. 4 bullet-firing rifle. 5 Tommy gun. 6 anti-bunker gun. 7 cap-firing pistol. There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny 7 OMA, the one-man army by Topper.